Many professionals don't struggle because they lack skill or intelligence, but because they don't feel taken seriously. They contribute, share ideas, and stay prepared, yet their words don't land with the impact they expect. This frustration is common, especially among naturally positive or expressive people. In reality, respect has less to do with personality and more to do with how communication signals are delivered. Being respected doesn't require becoming aggressive or changing who you are. It comes from subtle cues that signal calm, clarity, and self-assurance. This video explores 3 simple communication shifts that build respect in meetings and high-pressure moments. Why being pleasant isn't the same as being respected. Many people assume that being friendly, agreeable, and positive will naturally lead to respect over time. While these qualities make someone likable, they don't automatically create credibility. In professional environments, respect often forms before rapport. Colleagues instinctively assess whether someone feels steady under pressure, clear in their thinking, and confident in their boundaries. When communication sends mixed signals, such as rushed speech, excessive apologies, or vague positioning, listeners unconsciously interpret this as uncertainty. This happens even when the speaker is competent and well-prepared. The issue isn't enthusiasm or kindness. The issue is a mismatch between serious moments and casual delivery. Respect grows when communication matches the weight of the situation. This does not mean abandoning warmth or positivity. It means knowing when to contain energy and project steadiness. Slowing down your voice changes how you are perceived. One of the fastest ways to lose authority in a professional setting is to speak too quickly. When people feel nervous or eager to contribute, their speech naturally speeds up and their pitch rises. This biological response is common and human, but it has unintended consequences. To listeners, rapid speech often sounds anxious rather than confident. Slowing down your words immediately changes how others experience you. A measured pace lowers vocal pitch naturally and makes statements feel more deliberate. It communicates that you are not rushed, threatened, or uncertain. Even people with naturally higher voices sound more grounded when they allow space between their words. Calm speech regulates the emotional tone of a room. When someone speaks slowly and steadily, listeners feel more at ease, which increases attention and trust. People tend to respect voices that sound controlled, especially during moments of pressure. This is not about sounding monotone or robotic. It is about signaling internal calm through deliberate pacing. Respect comes from knowing where you stand. Uncertainty does not destroy respect. Vagueness does. There is a critical difference between admitting you don't know something and sounding unsure of your position. When people hedge excessively or trail off without clarity, listeners struggle to understand what the speaker actually believes. Clear communication starts with anchoring your statements. Phrases like "here's what I know" or "here's where I stand" immediately establish a foundation. Even if the conclusion is incomplete, clarity about your current understanding allows others to orient themselves around your perspective. People respect speakers who define the limits of their knowledge while still owning their viewpoint. This approach communicates honesty and confidence at the same time. It removes confusion and replaces it with structure. When listeners know where you stand, they can engage with you more seriously. Why indecisive language weakens authority? Language that consistently softens itself through apologies, disclaimers, or excessive qualifiers sends an unintended signal of self-doubt. While humility and openness are valuable traits, overcorrecting in an effort to appear agreeable can weaken credibility. Listeners begin to question whether the speaker truly believes in what they are saying, or is simply trying to avoid disagreement. Respect is not earned by sounding flawless or all-knowing. It is earned by sounding grounded. When someone communicates clearly what they know, what they believe, and what they still need to learn, others are more inclined to trust their judgment. Confidence does not come from having every answer ready. It comes from standing firmly inside the answers you do have and expressing them with clarity and calm. Boundaries are a requirement for respect. One of the most reliable indicators of how much respect someone receives at work is how they respond when situations become uncomfortable. When conversations grow tense, expectations become unreasonable, or lines are quietly crossed, many people instinctively retreat. They apologize before speaking, soften their message to avoid friction, or over-explain in an effort to keep everyone comfortable. While this instinct often comes from a good place, it sends the wrong signal. Instead of appearing cooperative, it can make a person seem unsure of their own limits, which quietly undermines their authority. Apologizing while setting a boundary weakens the boundary itself. It suggests that the limit is something to feel guilty about rather than something necessary and reasonable. People pick up on this instantly, even if they can't articulate it. In contrast, calm and unapologetic boundaries communicate self-respect. Clear statements about what is acceptable and what is not establish authority without hostility. When those boundaries are paired with straightforward consequences and delivered in a steady, controlled tone, most people adjust their behavior quickly. They recognize the line and respect the person who drew it. Discomfort does not mean you are wrong. Setting boundaries often creates tension, especially with people who are accustomed to having unlimited access to your time, attention, or patience. This discomfort can feel unsettling, leading many to second-guess themselves. However, discomfort is not evidence that a boundary is unfair or unnecessary. In many cases, it is simply proof that a dynamic has changed and that the boundary is doing its job. Respect is rarely built by keeping everyone comfortable at all times. It is built by staying composed when discomfort appears. People observe how you respond to pressure, disagreement, and pushback, especially in moments when emotions are high. When you remain calm, consistent, and clear, others learn that you are not easily destabilized. Over time, this steadiness becomes associated with reliability and strength. Even those who initially resist boundaries often come to respect the person who holds them without anger or apology. You don't need to become someone else. A common misconception about respect is that it requires a complete personality shift. Many people believe they must become less expressive, less friendly, or less optimistic to be taken seriously. This belief is both unnecessary and damaging. Enthusiasm, kindness, and positivity are not weaknesses. The problem arises only when these traits are not balanced with situational awareness. There are moments when warmth is appropriate and moments when steadiness must take the lead. Respect is often earned during serious conversations, critical meetings, or high-stakes decisions when clarity and composure matter most. In those moments, slowing your voice, grounding your delivery, and holding firm boundaries signal maturity and confidence. You are not abandoning who you are. You are simply adjusting how you show up when it matters most, which allows others to see you as both human and dependable. The quiet formula behind respectful communication. People who consistently earn respect at work tend to communicate in a remarkably similar way, even if their personalities differ. Their voices remain calm under pressure. Their words clearly reflect where they stand. Their boundaries are stated plainly and upheld without apology. None of these behaviors rely on dominance, intimidation, or force. Instead, they are rooted in self-control. When communication reflects internal stability, people respond differently. They listen more closely. They take ideas more seriously. They place greater trust in the speaker's judgment. Over time, respect stops feeling like something you have to chase. It becomes a natural response to how grounded you are in your presence, your words, and your actions. If you want to be taken more seriously without changing who you are, start applying these shifts the next time it matters. Respect isn't about being louder or tougher. It's about being calm, clear, and grounded when the pressure is on. If this helped you think differently about communication at work, like and subscribe for more insights that make you sharper, more confident, and more respected every day.